Well, hello there, sweetie. Come on now. Sit yourself down and get comfortable. I've got my tea, the air is just right, and I've been looking forward to our little visit. Today, I want to talk with you about something folks mention all the time, but don't always explain very kindly: a positive mindset. Now, before you go thinking I'm about to tell you to just smile more or think happy thoughts, let me stop you right there. Because real positivity, the kind that lasts, is much gentler than that. A positive mindset isn't about pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It isn't about forcing gratitude when your heart is heavy. And it surely isn't about ignoring your pain. A healthy, honest, positive mindset is something much quieter, much deeper, much more compassionate. It's the choice to believe that even when life is hard, it is still worth living gently. You see, sweetie, I've lived through seasons that were joyful and bright, and seasons that felt like they might swallow me whole. And what I learned is this: your mindset doesn't change your circumstances overnight, but it changes how you survive them, how you move through them, how much of yourself you keep intact along the way. There were times when I woke up with worry already sitting on my chest, times when my heart felt tired before the day even began. And in those moments, positivity wasn't a big, shiny thing. It was small. It was choosing to open the curtains anyway. It was making a cup of tea instead of staying in bed all day. It was speaking kindly to myself when no one else was around to hear. A positive mindset often starts with the smallest choices. Not, everything is wonderful, but maybe today doesn't have to be as hard as I fear. Not, I have no problems, but I will handle what comes one step at a time. That's real positivity. Not loud, not flashy, just steady. One of the greatest misunderstandings about a positive mindset is the belief that you must feel happy all the time to be doing it right. Sweetie, happiness comes and goes like the weather, but mindset, that's the climate you create inside yourself. A positive mindset says, I am allowed to feel sad today, and I will still treat myself with kindness. I may not have control over everything, but I do have control over how I speak to myself. I can acknowledge the pain and still believe better days are possible. That kind of thinking doesn't erase your struggles, but it keeps them from erasing you. I've watched people carry heavy burdens with such grace, not because their lives were easy, but because they chose not to let bitterness make a home in their hearts. And bitterness is what grows when positivity disappears completely. Not sadness, not grief, bitterness. A positive mindset is not the absence of pain. It's the refusal to let pain turn you into someone you don't recognize. Let me tell you something I learned the hard way. The voice you use with yourself matters more than almost anything else. If every mistake is followed by, I'm so stupid, if every hard day is followed by, I can't handle anything, if every emotion is followed by, I shouldn't feel this way, well, your heart starts to believe it. A positive mindset begins when you start speaking to yourself the way you would speak to someone you deeply love, gently, patiently, with understanding, instead of, I'm failing. Try. This is difficult, and I'm doing my best. Instead of, I'll never get through this. Try. This is hard right now, but I've survived hard things before. Those little shifts, they change everything over time. Positivity is not about denying reality. It's about choosing hope alongside reality. You can acknowledge the struggle and still choose not to surrender to despair. That's strength, sweetie. Quiet, steady strength. And let me say something else that may surprise you. A positive mindset doesn't mean surrounding yourself with positivity all the time. It means being honest about negativity without letting it consume you. It means knowing when to turn off the noise, when to step away from conversations that drain you, when to protect your peace. Because you cannot keep a hopeful heart if you constantly feed it despair. Guarding your environment is part of cultivating positivity. The words you hear, the content you consume, the people you spend time with, even the thoughts you allow to repeat in your mind. You deserve an inner world that feels safe to live in. And here's another truth many folks don't like to admit. A positive mindset is something you practice, not something you magically have. Some days it comes easily. Some days it feels like work. Some days it's nothing more than choosing not to give up. And on the days when positivity feels out of reach, gentleness can take its place. If you can't feel hopeful today, be patient with yourself. If you can't feel joyful today, be kind to yourself. If you can't feel strong today, be soft with yourself. That too is part of a positive mindset. It's not perfection, it's compassion. Sweetie, the world is already harsh enough. You don't need to make your inner world harsh too. You deserve a mind that feels like a safe place to land, a heart that believes healing is possible, a spirit that chooses light, even when the day is cloudy. And if you're struggling with this, that's okay. You're learning, you're growing, you're trying. That's more than enough for today. Thank you for sitting here with me, for listening, for being open, for choosing, even in small ways, to care for your heart. I always enjoy talking with you. See you soon, sweetie.